Okay, so what's up everybody? I'm Seb for CG Tots. Today we'll be making an animation using a particle system, the Mograph gravity system, and some global illumination and some depth of field. So that's pretty much it. Let's start. We'll first create a particle emitter. We'll get it up. We will make something to put in it, a sphere for instance. Give it a radius of 8. We will put it inside our emitter, so it will be emitted. So if we play now, what we see is first our emitter, we need to rotate it for 90 degrees. Don't worry about this sphere, it won't appear. So as you can see, if we render, we see all these spheres instead of those little lines. So to see it in the editor, you need to come to click on the editor, on the emitter, sorry, and check show objects. Okay, so let's play this. Spheres falling through. It's pretty cool. Next, we will now create our ball. Let's put it to 0. We'll split our views, create a new sphere. We will select the move tool and move it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it editable. We will take our polygon selection tool with this kind of selection. And don't forget to uncheck only select visible elements. We will select the elements, half of it. Oh, sorry. Select your sphere first. Select it and delete it. That's good. Select the rest of it, and now we need to extrude. Of course, you can comment the structure here and select extrude, but what you can also do is click on M, and that opens the same menu as structure, and hit T because T is here. So M, T, there you go. And now you just click and drag. We'll take maybe 10. No, maybe 10's too much. Let's take 7. 7 seems pretty good. Okay. Now, let's play this. Okay. No collision happening. So, we have to put some Mograph rigid body tags. So one on the sphere, but first let's delete that. First, we as our sphere is pretty has a lot of edges, we need to put it inside a hypernerve to make it pretty. Pretty ball. There you go. If we render, wow. Okay, so now we will put our collision Mograph tag rigid body on the hypernerve. Let's rename this ball to get the good edits. And you can control drag this to the emitter, but if we play, as you can see, it doesn't work. The emitter doesn't support the rigid body tag. So what you've got to do is make a cloner object, put it inside your emitter, and put your sphere inside your cloner object. So that'll make lots of spheres, but that's what we want. Now what we want to do is give the gravity to the cloner object, so we'll just take that tag and drag it over here, and that'll make a great difference. If we hit play, wow, there we go. Can we render that? Yeah, it's excellent. So the hard part is done. What we've got to do now is make this thing pretty, and also animate some stuff later. So we'll make a first light. Get that up. Sorry for that. Okay, so we'll put it aside, just about here. We'll make also a floor, which is kind of important. And as you can see, our ball is going through it. So we'll take the ball and get it up just a bit. Here's okay. We'll get back to the beginning of our animation. Oh, our ball got back down. Okay, good. There we go. Starting to look pretty good. We'll give some soft shadows to our light, and maybe render again. Oh, much pretty. Okay, now we'll start giving the materials to our stuff. So we'll create a first material for our floor. Drag it over the floor. Double click on it. On the color channel, we'll put a texture, a wood texture. I got this free texture on cgtextures.com. Pretty cool texture, tileable and everything. 3000 by 3000. Just create an account over there and they'll give it to you. So yes, you copy it inside. And just a little tip for you. You can go on your BOM channel and for wood, you only take the same texture and where you think there should be the closing of the wood you make some black rectangles with white strokes over it, and you just use it as a bump. You don't need some fancy stuff, so you just take it, what I didn't do, open, yes, copy it, boost up the strength, and that'll do the job. That won't do much stuff, but that'll add just the little sexiness you need. So it's pretty good. We also need a little reflection on this, maybe brightness of about 2 with some blurriness of I don't know, 4 maybe. Almost always put some reflection on stuff, even if you think they shouldn't reflect anything. Almost everything has a little bit of reflection, even bricks and stone and everything. So if we render that, starting to look good. Next, we'll create the no, sorry, we'll delete that. We'll create our sky first, new sky, and instead of creating a new material for it and getting an HDRI and everything, just click Window and where is it? Content Browser. And if you haven't opened that yet, I think it's time for you to open it. Inside you have all sorts of free stuff and materials, light setup. You have free characters and everything you can use. It's a pretty cool, and it's also a manager for everything you want to manage. So if you haven't opened it yet, go and open it. So we've got lots of free HDRI also. I kind of like this one, so we'll just drag it over here. It makes the material for us. You take it and drag it on the sky, and it is done. So for our ball now, not really complicated. Just create a new banji material, which is the default glass material for Cinema 4D. Drag it on your ball. If we render that, it's already pretty cool, even if our balls don't have any colors yet. But we want some more refraction on it. Let's first to see it better. Let's first put some anti-aliasing, some better anti-aliasing. Click over here and best. You can put animation. Well, put still image, and when you render your animation, don't forget to put animation because still image is pretty long for lots of frames. So you drag it, which I already done. Let's maybe go closer to check difference. So we'll render that. Well, that's too close. Okay. Let's go this way. Render that. So you see, cool refraction, cool stuff, but we want to tweak it a little bit more to make it look more thicker and less transparent. So we'll double click on it, we'll go in the transparency channel, and in the front opacity, instead of 10, we will lower that to 4. On the back opacity, we will put 5. The edge opacity, we'll put 15, so we make it clearer, but we'll boost up the refraction. The refraction is like when you look through a glass of water and you see the straw that is distorted. Well, that's a refraction. So we'll put 1.2, and this is pretty much it. So we can see a difference. The glass just look like cleaner, but with some more refraction. I just personally think it's cooler, and coolness is what we look for. So next step, to texture our balls. In the original video, I had three different materials for the balls, but of course if you want more you can have more, but I had 3. So to have 3, we cannot put that on a single sphere, or we could also do it with a shader effector, but I think this way is more simple. You just control drag it to duplicate it, and that won't get the number of balls up, because your cloner is the count of your cloner decides what's the number of sphere that will be instanced on your scene. So you put 3 different spheres, and you just have to put 1 different materials on each of this. So first one, we will make it like a beautiful dark green, but of course if you don't like green like some person, you might change the color. To give it some reflection also, sorry. I like brightness of 10, but also when you have like spherical or fillet cubes, don't forget to take the Fresnel texture. Really give some more realism, more refraction on the sides, and less in the middle of where you're looking. So lower the mix strength to about 20. Looks pretty cool. Now you drag it, which I already done, and just to make it faster, we'll just control drag it. And okay, first let's name this, because I don't know which is which. Pink. If we delete this, sorry. If we delete this, see, this was the one we were using. So control drag this again. Okay, as you can see, this has the little orange box. This means it is used here. So this one is going to be like, let's use orange. That's good. So you only have to change the color, and you already have your beautiful reflection. So nice little orange. Drag it over here. Beautiful. So now we only have one more sphere to give a material to, and in the example I add this a kind of a straight gradient. So how to make this is pretty easy. Click here, gradient. You click on the gradient to open the settings, and I had lots of difficulty to kind of drag this and try to make it sharp, but it wasn't giving me the result I was looking for. But you see a little triangle here? That's a secret. You just open it and you have all kind of smoothing you can use, and we don't want any smoothing, so we'll choose none, and we'll choose some colors of your choice, of course. Just feel creative, and try to match them more than me. Wow, that's a nice colorblind mix. There you go. So we'll put this to 25. Well, we'll take one off. It's already a lot of colors. 33.3 and 66.6. Okay, there we go. Wow, that's a beautiful color mix. So you take this, name this ugly color match. Well, weird color match. No pejorative stuff. Weird color match. And you just drag it on the third sphere, and you render that. And there we go. We have all our materials, and this is looking already pretty. Now let's jump into the big settings. Okay, we can stop that render. Now as I told you, we will use the global illumination. It's already pretty cool with our light, with only our light, but global illumination almost always gives a better result. So just lower your key light to about 55, and I guess that'll be better. So let's test that out. Oh no, sorry, forgot the global illumination. So just click Effects, Global Illumination, and you can take still image to test, but for the final render it's better to take camera animation, which I will take to have faster results. Bam! Really fast result. No, just kidding, stop the video. But anyway, pretty cool result. Nice reflections, nice lightning. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. So now what we have to do is start animating, which is fun. So some people use complex camera rigs, which I don't really like. Something you can do, and that I always almost do, is create an ellipse and rotate it, of course, and animate your camera over it. And most of the time it can do a pretty good job. So we will get it up a bit of about 150, and we will create our camera, and we will right click and give it a target tag, and in the target tag we will drag our ball in the target object, sorry. So if we look through the cam and we move the cam, like now I'm just panning around, and it keeps on looking at my ball. So this is already pretty cool. I like to say pretty cool. So now you just add the align to spline tag and drag your ellipse inside of it. So now it'll keep on going around on the ellipse, but we'll keep on looking at your ball. So if you play with the position, wow, there's a ball and it's rotating. Okay, that's cool. So we'll just tweak the ellipse now. Click over it, object. The start radius, we will like pump that up to 250 maybe. I like round numbers. 250. The end radius will be 350. The end angle, we will lower that to about 50. Yeah, that seems pretty cool. And the 8 will be much more, like so, about 5 and 20. Yeah, that's pretty good. So if we play with it now, much better, much better. Okay, I think maybe at the base of it, the start radius, sorry, just pump that up a bit. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we will start animating. So you see it's way faster than making a complex camera rig, and it gives a pretty cool camera movement. So we'll go to the beginning. We will click over here, make a keyframe at position, but before that, of course, we will give it the position we want. We won't start it at the 100 because 100 is like too high and there's not much perspective. So we'll start it at 50. Keyframe it again, and we will go at we will put about 200 frames here. You can put more, whatever you like, and maybe we will go to 150. And by the way, when you drag it like this, you can see our Mograph gets kind of mixed up, and nothing seems to work. But you have to drag it to the beginning and hit play again. Only the play button works in the Mograph. So about here, maybe before that, like 125 looks okay. We will put 0 in it, and let's play this. That looks cool, but we'll take our emitter higher because we kind of see where the balls are coming from. Okay, let's play this again. Oh, sorry, play this over here. Oh, see, it's kind of too high because now some balls are falling off the ball. Just adjust it as you want. You may want balls to fall off your ball. It's like you choose. You can choose that. Okay, so maybe put it here, and that'll be okay for today. Render it here again. Okay, good. Good. Now, what we have to do if we render this, of course, we kind of forget our hiding tag for our HDRI. So we will see it in the scene, and it's pretty horrible to see an HDRI most of the time. So we'll have to put a compositing tag to hide it. And also, I keep on speaking to show you that we will want some depth of field over here to because of the line that will well, you'll see. I finally stopped speaking. As I said, we see our HDRI, and we really don't want to see it that way. Well, we don't want to see it at all. So we will hide it. But just before we hide it, just want to point out that it will be replaced only by black, and we will see that line directly and black over it, and that will also be ugly. So what we want to do is put some blur over there to kind of mix our floor with the kind of black horizon line. So that's why we will use depth of field. So first, let's right click on our sky, give it a compositing tag, and uncheck scene by camera. So now it'll be black instead of showing this weird image. But now select your camera and click depth and rear blur. Front blur is like when you want to blur something that is really close from the camera, but everything is close from the camera and we don't want to blur it. So we don't have to play with the start. The only thing we have to play with is the end. You see it moving, so we want to like get it lower just so it doesn't touch our ball and it doesn't look so close to our ball, like blurring the wood around it. So let's look in which view we could look. Like if we see here, maybe it'll get blurred around here. So get it a little bit higher than this, maybe 525. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now we will render again. Alright, it's rendered. For those who have a good sense of observation, it isn't the render that was supposed to be rendered, but that wasn't a good point of view which I was rendering, so I did another one. But as you can see, there's almost no depth of field, and that's why we've got to boost no, that's why we've got to put the effect depth of field, which I forgot. But also the blur strength. 5% is really not enough for really mixing the floor with the kind of sky if we want. So we'll put about 40 or 45 over there to really get a nice result. We'll render that again. Alright, so there we have it. Nice little blur, and it keeps the focus on the action. We can see little artifacts there. It happens almost every time I do HDRI with glass. I don't really know what makes this, but when you render the whole animation, it doesn't appear. So if anybody know the answer to that, just leave a comment. But anyway, don't worry, it won't appear in your animation. So that's it. Just render that out, and you have a great animation. So thank you. I'm Seb for CG Tots, and I'll see you next time.